السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Um, Welcome back and for the response. I hope we had a splendid day, and I welcome us all to today's program, our special public lecture for our freshers. Yeah, inshallah, we are going to start the program in a bit, but for now, I would want us to get as much people as we can to join this call. So we'll be starting in in about 2 to 5 minutes. So yeah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We give thanks to Almighty Allah who has managed to, or who has kept us, astaghfirullah, let me not use the word manage, who has kept us to this time from, we ask him to not stop his mercy and his favors and not Allah. We will continue to request his sustenance, like, and his protection on us from now until like the day of reckoning. On that basis, we seek his mercies and blessings about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, his companions, and everyone who follows the path of Islam. Allahumma ameen. Yeah, so tonight is a continuation of yesterday. Right, yesterday we had our scholars roundtable, and words simply cannot describe the, I will call them the nuggets, right, of wisdom that we were introduced or exposed to by our scholars and our panelists. So the keynote speaker, who also happens to be our guest speaker, Bryce Valani, is, that is currently is the most recent BGS of the Department of Civil Engineering, Faculty of Engineering. So yesterday's program, right, centered around academic excellence. Now, today we have the opportunity to listen to how to be a 360 student. Right down for us that are mathematics students, all that have another understanding of the word 360. When we say 360, we mean a complete rotation, right? So an all-rounder, as we'll call it. I don't know if they've changed the jumps, novel, but back then, the book I know I read last was The Last Days at Focados High School, and they told the story of one boy to do so like a year who happens to be like an all-round student. Yeah, so all round for us would mean that a balance between academic excellence and um spirituality, right? And inshallah today that is what we are going to spend the next couple of minutes, right, listening to. So this event is one that you or anyone you know, as freshers particularly, should not miss because it is special, right? Just the same way that you are. And yeah, whatever you hear from this place today would most likely stay with you throughout your time in the University of Lagos. So I'm going to urge us once again to reach out to people, right? Have them join this call. Yeah, thank you very much. Jazakumullah khairan. Now, as usual, we would start with an open prayer, right? We'll start with an open prayer, and yeah, to do that, I would want us to recite Surah Al-Fatiha from our respective locations. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Amin. Jazakumullah khairan to everyone who joined me in saying the opening prayer. That's Allah to make today's program, today's lecture, whatever that is going to say, right, to make them stick with us and beneficial to us. Allahumma Ameen. Yeah, for um from here we move straight to the next item on the agenda, which is the recitation from the the best book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So for that I am going to call I am going to call. Okay, I think this is like a freshers week. I want to really like meet our freshers, honestly. So yeah, um, this place that we are, right? It is the place of expression. You are actually freely allowed to express yourself. So for the Quran recitation, I want to make it open, right? I want someone from amongst us to volunteer to do that for us, and may Allah reward the person abundantly, right? I also want to meet some of us. Right? So, anyone, if you're interested, you can just raise your hand and then you unmute yourself and start. I'm waiting. Okay. Malam Yasin Lasisi is raising his hand. Bismillah, go ahead, brother. Yeah, you can just unmute yourself and start.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الذين آمنوا وتطمئن قلوبهم بذكر الله ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب الذين آمنوا وتطمئن قلوبهم بذكر الله ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات طوبى لهم وحسن مآب كذلك أرسلناك في أمة قد خلت من قبلها أمم لتتلو عليهم الذي أوحينا إليك وهم يكفون بالرحمن قل هو ربي لا إله إلا هو عليه توكلت وإليه متاب.
وبلغ رسوله الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين. اللهم ارحمنا بالقرآن. We ask Allah to reward you abundantly for that wonderful recitation, and ask him to add it to like a scale of good deeds, like on the day of Qiyamah. Allahumma but I really like appreciate. So yes, nice to meet you also. Please, what department are you in? And also like the level, the department I mean. Can you hear me?
I'm sorry, are you referring to me?
Yeah. I said, what department are you in?
Yeah, electrical and electronics engineering.
Sir?
I said electrical and electronics engineering.
Oh, barakallah fi. Thank you very much. Now, so I'm going to be our host for tonight. My name is Saeed Aremu. I am the PRO one of MSSN University of Lagos, and I hope you enjoy your time here tonight. Now, so moving like straight like to our lecture, right? The next item on the agenda, we are going to be talking about, just to like give us a brief background into what tonight's lecture is about, and then who our lecturer is. Yeah, so as Muslims, right, we have a fundamental responsibility, which was clearly outlined to us in the Quran. And Allah says, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. Right? They have not created the jinn and the mankind except to worship me. Right? However, we find ourselves in the University of Lagos, and in this place, we have the main responsibility, right, of attaining academic excellence. Now, there seems to be some form of like, so I call it like a discord, a conflict, right? I won't call it a conflict of interest per se, for those that don't understand, but for many people, I don't know, right? It becomes so difficult. Like, how do you manage to like find a balance between following the command of Allah that, my main responsibility and on this earth is to worship Allah, is to serve Allah. And I can assure us, right, that when we die, this is the sole basis on which we are going to like be assessed, on which we are going to be evaluated, right? And there is this very popular saying, right? It said, see, you also have to like evaluate yourself, probably and yourself before you are evaluated. So now you are starting a new life in the University of Lagos, and the problem is I want to have first class, which is very much welcome and commendable. But what does Islam actually like say about that? Does Islam want you to have first class? If every now and then you have to like maybe join programs like this. You have to go and pray Salah 5 times a day. You wake up in the midnight, you want to like do tahajjud, you want to like fast, right? Now, where does the balance really like come from? You know, Ramadan is coming, for instance, right? And you know, for most of us, we have this entire plan laid out for Ramadan. Like, oh, for Ramadan, my plan is to complete 10 Quran, and we have exam. So, really, what's the way out? Like, what's the way out? Now, that is our just a bit background. Our lecturer is going to expand, like, talks or maybe even touch light in every possible aspect that we might not understand. So our lecturer is um, none other than that our amiable and knowledgeable ustaz, a, a well-respected brother, and yeah, and also like a seasoned lecturer. His name is Malam Ustaz brother Lukman, Mr. Lukman, yeah, Edu. And he's going to be talking to us on our a freshers guide to 360 success. Now, so while I pass on the microphone, right, I want to implore us to pay attention, to listen very attentively. Like I said earlier, some of what we have today, right, might stay with us throughout our entire stay in the University of Lagos. And the best way they are going to be beneficial to us is firstly we assimilate, we focus, listen and assimilate them, and then we, you know, let them, we let them like help us develop maybe a new set of habits that guides us throughout our stay on campus. Yeah. So Mr. Lukman, can you unmute yourself and introduce and then start your lecture? Rahman.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي أهدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. صلاة الله دوما على من لا نبي بعده مصطفى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله الأوفياء وعلى أصحابه الأتقياء وكل من سلك مسلكه إلى يوم الجزاء. إخوة الإيمان، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah for His bounties on us. We testify to the oneness of Allah, and we pray Allah send His blessings on the best of mankind, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, his companions, and the generality of Muslim till the day of reckoning. Allahumma Ameen. I want to use this medium to appreciate the organizer of this special orientation, and I must say that you have done a very good job by bringing brothers and sisters alike together to learn one or two things as regards their stay on campus. Let me start by also congratulating the freshers for the rare opportunity. I call it rare opportunity because if you can reflect, if you can reflect back to your days in secondary school, you agree with me that the number of those that got uh, admitted to secondary school if you start counting, if you start from GSS 1 to like GS 3, you discover that the number kept reducing. You get to SS 1, SS 2, SS 3, as the case may be, you discover that in your SS 3 the number reduced. You will hear some people, okay, they died during the course. Some would have, met themselves elsewhere. Maybe somebody got pregnant among the female folks, or someone decided to say, "Oh, I'm not reading again, I want to go and learn," or somebody may be forced to drop out of secondary school. Now, imagine if you are one of those ones. So, one of the reasons why you have to thank Allah for His bounties on you, for giving you the opportunity to be among those that are that are that was able to secure admission. Also, you need to thank Allah for making you sail through the rigor of WAHEC writing and NECO, as the case may be. I could recall some years back, I know of some that wrote WAHEC 6 different times, and at the end of the day, he was able to patch himself with 2 results and get admission secured. I'm sure some of us too might be in that shoe. Some just did WAEC once and they got it. So you getting it at once, or whatever time you might have written it, you still have reasons to thank Allah. Alhamdulillah. One of your reasons why you have to thank Allah is that you wrote the jam. Some of you scored very high mark, and you were rest assured within you that, oh, anyway, I'm going to secure the jam, the result, and the admission, and you were able to. Some scored more than you. Yes, I mean scored more than you, but unfortunately, they are not in an institution. Now, having said this, you thank Allah for securing admission to one of the best school around, and I can say it and say it and say it again that you are privileged to have secured admission to the University of First Choice and Nations Prize, and that is University of Lagos. Alhamdulillah, I'm happy for you. Some of us struggled to find admission the undergraduate bit further, but unfortunately, we met ourselves elsewhere, and later we tried again for the second degree. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so straight to where we are going. Yeah, you have gotten admission. I know you must have passed through some lectures series about admission and what it means to secure admission. To some, when they say admission, they are happy because they believe now I can leave my environment. I'll be free at last. Let me explore. I have the opportunity to mingle with friends. All this wahala of my mommy wants this, my daddy wants this is going to reduce to the barest minimum. Well, first thing I will tell you is yes, the way you have seen it is actually the way it is. But you need to know some things. You need to know some things. Nobody I want to reiterate that nobody would want to get or secure admission. I want to fail out. Have that mindset. I want to believe that is the truth. Now, in getting the right or securing or trying to ensure you have what it takes to graduate in flying colors is not when you are in your 400 level. It's not when you are in your final year, maybe 500 or 600 level for those that have their levels around that area. However, it starts as at the time you secured your admission. And I'm sure you must have been, lectured on one or two. But I want you to quickly note this. I tag this as after admission, what next? Because, like I said, freedom, yes, I want to do this, I want to do that. Some, they have been looking for opportunity to go partying, Shaye, Shifaji. Yes, it is a very wonderful opportunity because nobody would. And UNILAG, University of Lagos. Maybe if you have had the opportunity of staying there around the night, you get to know what I'm talking about. Or those that have already secured their halls, their hostels, you know what I'm talking about. You see cars, fleet of cars come around. Yes, let's go party, let's go clubbing. Some they see it as opportunity to visit their friends, particularly boyfriend, girlfriends. Yes, you are old enough. Yeah, you think yes, that is what I want to do now. Some they have their career in sporting. They want to face football, basketball, tennis, and the likes. But is that what you should see as a Muslim student that just got admission, that just got admitted to one of the best school around, one of the best citadel of knowledge, University of First Choice and Nation's Pride? Now, if you are seeing yourself as a Muslim student, let me start by reminding you of your assignment. Number one assignment on heart. Allah made it clear and was emphatic about it in Surah Al-Baqarah, where Allah told the angels, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وإذ قلنا للملائكة إني جائل في الأرض خليفة. Allah told the angels, come, listen, I want to create those that will represent me. I don't want to use the word vicegerent, so that I will not be looking for how to break it down. I know representative is easy. I'm not trying to bring you low, but I just want to tell you that I want to use as simple as possible English that we are used to. And I want representatives to represent him. Imagine when you are representing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at a summit, probably around Ethiopia. I know you don't want to fumble. Now, if you are representing Allah, so what it means is you are representing Allah in every aspect of your life, in whatever you do. Now, as a Muslim student, you want to represent Allah. What do you do? Anywhere you find yourself. Now you are in University of Lagos. You are a student of University of Lagos. What do I do? How do I represent Allah effectively? You may be thinking, how does this one have to do with securing admission? Yes, because every part of our lives as a Muslim is ibadah. If you are able to finish your academic pursuits with enviable success, You know you have represented your family well, you have represented Allah, and you'll be rewarded for it. Yes, you'll be rewarded for it. Now, how do I get there? How do I get the required uh, stuff to represent Allah? You have to be among the serious ones. And what does the serious ones do? As you got admission now, I know you must have started your lectures. You need to get a book and let it be named my plans or my mission and vision. Take your time and write those things down. Now, one of those things that will be there is your priorities. Set priorities. Like I said earlier, I mentioned some people saying freedom. Yes, I said freedom is actually part of what you have gotten. You go to party, fine. But which party are you going? You're still coming there. So when you set your priority, you get to know, okay, what comes first? What's the next thing? What next after that? You know the economics we learned in secondary school. They used to say we have uh what's it called? Scale of preference. So you have them listed in order at which you want it to, to be achieved. Now you set your priority. Now here you want to say that, okay, what is my priority? Is it to come to University of Lagos and be a fashionista? Dress your hijab is wow. That brother is mashallah with beards. That sister is with wonderful glasses. Look at a pair of glasses like this. Is that your own priority? I could recall when we were in secondary school, there is this guy. We used to believe that something is wrong with the guy. Whenever he's walking around, you see him look not too neat and not too uh dirty, but you see that his hair is not usually combed. That was the day we now asked him, Moshe Mowitoi, why are you like this? He said, sincerely, I love to comb my hair, but I don't remember having that time to. Imagine. Okay, what do you use your time for? I must pass my WAEC. I know where I'm coming from. That was what he used to say. So he got to a stage, he was the one teaching everybody in class, even when the child is not around. And till now, we still envy him because he has taken his time to set his priority. What is your goal? As a Muslim on earth, our goal is what? We are used to saying Allahu God. You have to know Allah is our goal. And when you say Allah is your goal, that means you are seeking Allah's uh, pleasure. You want to be admitted to paradise. Yes. You
No
cannot just
matter.
get it. Cannot just get it. So you need to do what will make you get that thing done. What will make you get to your goal. Not just, yes, I set my goals and it is easy to, achieve. When you set your priority, you know that class is very important. Some people are that good. Don't skip don't skip classes. I want to repeat that. Don't skip classes. If you have any reason to, let it be a genuine one. I could recall when I was doing my second degree, I would leave my workplace to Unilag. Then this bike is still working, fine. From airport to Oshodi, from Oshodi to Onipan, cross to the other side, take another bike straight to Paco, from Paco to Gate, and from there,
Suck my
somebody, somebody met
pussy.
me.
Suck my dick. Suck my dick.
Please. So from there, you know, we take our time to, okay, let's just ensure we are
My pussy
always in
very
class.
bad.
My
Suck
pussy,
my
yeah.
pussy.
My pussy.
Oh,
Who are these ones, please?
Pussy.
I think the probably joined from Twitter or something.
Oh,
It's
okay,
pussy.
okay.
Pussy.
If there's anything you can do to just mute all, please, can
It's
you
my
do that,
fault.
please?
Why?
I think Bob Lamin is the coordinator. You can move them, please. I can't do that.
This
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó?
Una cosa que fuck my pussy. My pussy. Do you like an old woman's pussy?
My fault.
Ai, Piqui, por que tu tá comendo piquinha? Tá comendo
Gente, ele tá jogando macumba. Capaz.
Repreendo em nome do Senhor.
Ele cá de cavalinho fazendo o
Emily,
pacote.
você é prostituta? Abre banho,
Ele não aguentou a pressão. Ele não aguentou a pressão.
Ele tentou fazer macumba, mas não deu certo. Ah, mas eles não falam português? Ah, eu falei,
Não, né,
se ele
amiga?
queria...
Bora sair, bora sair. Tem mais... Ai, perdeu a graça, meu.
I don't want to talk to
Velho.
Abalaga.
Não, ele tá falando.
Yeah, please. You can move
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
I don't.
What is happening now? What is happening? Who are all these people?
Oriyomi, Noba Oyin Land. There are Oriyomis. I don't know if they still do this. During our days in when I got admission, when I did my NC, it was not the course I chose that I later got. I don't know if they still change your course now. Those days when they change your course, you'll be crying. Yes, you're already where you are. If it's still happening, you're already where you are. So you need to just see it as a new beginning and see yourself as someone that will be successful. So you have to start on a new page. I don't know for that matter. They say they will do statistics. Forget about it. You can achieve it. I was once like you. I was a There was this course in my third year. It was more of a tough one, more of abstract course. We're forced to learn and we fell through. If I can achieve it, you can do more. You can do more. So new beginning. Number two is your focus should be learning and development at all time. Wherever you meet yourself, if you're not learning, it does not make any sense. Wherever you are, ensure you are learning. It can be academics, it can be spiritual, it can be more of Islamic. I'm not talking about those form of knowledge that will make you uh, be otherwise. You don't want to meet yourself there because we are Muslim. We know the verses of Allah. Where Allah told us specifically where we are supposed to be. There are verses like وَكُلَّ الْإِنسَانِ أَلْزَمُنَا طَائِرَهُ فِي عُنُقِهِ. Allah made it clear that all mankind, all human beings, أَلْزَمُنَا طَائِرَهُ فِي عُنُقِهِ, we have placed on each person's neck what we can refer to as a camcorder. وَنُخْرِجُهُ لَهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ يَلْقَاهُ مَنْشُورًا. Allah said, on the day of judgment, you have the angels to remove it from your neck. And when they remove it, what will happen? It will now turn to book. You can imagine what will be in your book. The next thing you hear is Allah will say, Ikra kitabaka. That book you are holding, here, start reading. Read, read. It will contain almost, not even almost, everything you must have done on the surface of the heart. Be it the one you want to be happy with, or the one you don't want anybody to know. To the extent that you will be forced to say, Mali azal kitab la yughadiru saghiratan wala kabiratan illa ahsaha. Who is the owner of this book? Everything is there. It's too detailed. What makes it to be detailed? Because we have placed two persons, or two angels rather, beside you. Kiraman katibin ya'lamuna ma taf'alun. So as someone that has that at the back of his mind, will not want to sit anywhere. Will not want to just be learning what does not add anything to him. What will not be presentable. What you cannot be boast of. Oh, this is what I'm doing. So wherever you are, you must be learning. By now you should be thinking of what is the what is in vogue today in terms of learning. What is what is that thing that people are yearning, or they are running after, they are craving in terms of knowledge? Okay, how do I become one? How do I make myself relevant on that field? Okay, how do I go about it? That should be the next thing. In fact, there is nothing wrong with you learning and the work. Yes, while studying, there is nothing wrong with you going to madrasa. Some some students finished from Unilag and they got 2 certificates or more. At least I know some people. Sometimes last year I came to Unilag to host a particular event uh, of Muntia. Imagine the parents said it clear. Iwe Monikowa cow. I never knew Mommy to that far. Now imagine you speaking from 2 different angles when you are asked to speak out there, because you have used one stone to kill 5 birds. Today, many people know Lukman Edu as host, MC. Some people even say Agba MC. Like, no, it's not as easy as that. We also learn while on campus. Though we had opportunities back home before admission, because our penly there, before we got admission. And that is why I said you should be thankful to Allah. So at the end of the day, those things are paying off now. So you should think of what you will do or where you will be that will hurt you, whatever is already in you. I know of sisters that finished with first class 2-1, brothers that finished with first class 2-1 and the like, and you still meet other things with them. They have handiwork. Not even in this Nigeria, you meet yourself today. So it is very important. The next thing I want you to note, because you need to know where you belong as a Muslim, you need to identify the right circle. In the university setting, you see Rishi, you see cults, you see care guys. Okay, during my second degree, I don't know if I was able to locate any spot where care guys stays in Unilag, but I know that of Lasso and Alcoid when I was there. I could recall when I got admission to Alcoid, my first point of call was the mosque. So on my way to my department for the first time, Monkoti Mufi attract our care guides and they called me. I felt like, and you see freshers joining them dancing because they got palm wine, they got drum, and their songs. Sometimes you feel like I'm a bit swallow. Yes, they have it, but my brother, your CGP is already going. CGPA is going already. I know you should know what CGPA means now. So you need to identify the right circle. Okay, is it those that will go to the sports center, play football? They can play football while sleeping. You don't have to sleep with them. Why? Because it's already in their gene. Some are football lovers. Some are fashionistas. They know the latest jilbab. They know the latest cap. Mashallah, brother. Beer, my thing, put what's it called? Oil, well combed. I used to say it. I don't know if somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. Let's say it. If you are looking too fresh while in an institution, too fresh, I mean, maybe you have problem because something should keep you busy. Something should keep you busy. So, in choosing the right circle, you need to choose your friends who are the right people to work with. We have SUG. Some people are activists. I did. I was part of the SUG in my days in Alcoid, and I think in last week too, to the extent that I don't know if you could recall or you have heard the story of some student that beat the VC and eventually they got called by Lagos State government to come and explain themselves. I met myself amongst those that were called, even when I was not part of those that caused the mayhem. What am I saying? SUG is also another step, but don't be carried away. Now the question is, when I was called, I felt, well, how do I make the list of those that will face the Lagos State House of Assembly then? So at the end of the day, I got to know that I was asked to join them because they felt afar our case when things are not, and I was part of SUG, though not active. SUG, if you are an activist from home, you want to be moved by saying, solidarity, solidarity, and you be, and alhamdulillah it is really large. Alhamdulillah it is really large. Some schools like LASU, those days, I don't know LASU of these days, I'm not conversant with what they do. I could recall that there are some Aluta songs, somebody cover, Kini Koko Mama, you are in trouble already. I can't be going back to it. Although I was not fully active, but there is no way you will not know it because it is LASU. Then I'm not trying to bring my school down, but I must tell you that some school are very active when it comes to student union. So don't just, if you have to do it at all, you have to do it at all. I suggest that of the department, and that one is more meaningful. I don't know than that of the school. Are you thinking of circles like uh, what is it called? Court of different forms, of different types. You have Alora, the likes of them. Yeah. During my days in LASU, the same community, I found myself. I think there were two other, you know, sects. When they start their initiation, you see like, wow, she got on your face, Lily, and they will do it joyfully. Is that the right circle for a Muslim? No, no, it is not, and it will never be. So, what is the right circle? Where do I belong? Where? That is the question we should ask ourselves. Where do I belong? You should be among your brothers. The brothers. Allah said categorically, Allah said, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu taqullaha wa kunu ma'as-sadiqin. Allah is calling you as a person. Yes, you. Taqullah. Ensure you have Allah's fear. Fear Allah. وَكُونُوا مَعَ الصَّادِقِينَ. Choose the right set of people. Who are the right set of people? They are the sadiqeen, those that will say the thing, the right thing, the good thing, that will be truthful with what they do. What would those people do to you? Allah made it clear in another verse. Allah said, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu taqullaha wa qulu qawlan sadida. Those people that will say the good things will be the righteous ones, the good ones, those people that are truthful. Allah made it clear that if you are part of those that will say it the way it is, yuslih lakum a'malakum. You just find yourself as wow. Àwọn nǹkan tí mò ń ṣe nǹkan dáadáa ni mò ń ṣe. Allah will made your work perfect. You look like a special being, like Groba, a special person. People will say, irú ẹ̀yin tún yàtọ̀. I could recall sometimes ago in my 200 level in Alcoid, someone said he needed a book. We want to use that book in our department, so she needed it, and like most of others too. So somebody said, I can get it for you, I can get it for you. Okay. I did not even bother myself. So I got mine. So on getting to the class, the guy that boasted, I'll get for you, he could not get it. You know, I said, far. I said, well, where I got it, I hope I'm still able to get it there. So when she gave me the money, this person is a Christian. When she gave me the money, I got the book lesser than the amount I got mine. So on getting to the school, I presented it to her and I gave her a balance. She said, Afa, you said this so amount is the amount you got yours, and I gave it to you. How do I now get? I said yes. When I got to another place, because I could not get it where I got mine, I got it another place.
So,
Eventually,
Assalamu
I met with Alexander.
Yes, sir. Please, 10 minutes more, sir.
No problem, no problem. I'm almost done.
Okay.
So eventually, I got it lesser, and that was why you have your balance. He said, that's number one. The next thing she said was, are you sure you are from Oshodi? That's number two. I felt insulted. Number one was an insult. Number two was an insult. Because where are you expected to find the right thing if not from a Muslim? Then he now attacked where I came from. So eventually, and I told her, no, if you are looking for the right thing, you meet it with the Muslims. So choosing the right circle. Okay, the next is connection. Yeah, there is this saying, your network determine your net worth. See, who are you connecting with matters in your life, be it in academic setting, in your place of work, in your locality, in your environment. And you must have the right connection, not just connections. And the one I want to cap with is the spirituality part of it. As a student, you have to be spiritual. When I say spiritual, I mean you have to be closer to Allah. Allah said, Inna awliya Allah la khawfun alayhim wa lahum yahzanun. If you are my friend, when they say wali, his friend, where are you? If you are Allah's friend, you will not have any reason to fear. You will not despair just because you took Allah the way you should have Him in mind. Don't just go to mosque and say, I want to go and mark my daily register. No, don't be that kind of Muslim. I know of one brother like that. Mark register as usual. No, you're not going there to mark register. He meant he wants to go and pray. Mark register. No, it should go beyond that. Your spirituality should also get to the extent that you can use your spirituality to tell Allah, oh Allah, I want this, and it will be. Let me share a scenario in my final year in last year. That was the I think was the beginning of that hijab advocacy during the Fashola's reign. So we were told that we need to go for a protest and at least show our displeasure on the lady that was flogged for the 3 strokes of cane because of hijab. I'm not saying you should do that now. Please don't do that now. It was my final year, and like I said, connection is very important. I have a very good connection with my lecturer, so I'm supposed to do a presentation that day, but I left for the protest because I was the one that led the protest. Oh, we were always this thing, la ilaha illallah, all those, chanting Allah's name. And eventually, I told Allah, this presentation, I don't want it to come to pass. I want to do my own because I already prepared. And I don't want anything that will make me fail this course. Spirituality can make you get to that extent. I'm not saying I'm that spiritual. Please don't quote me. But I know that I prayed to Allah and Allah accepted my prayer. You can also do the same. And at that time, I already secured my CA. So I think the CA was divided into 2. I already got about 20 out of 30. So the remaining one is just the 10. So I said I could just play around it. And what I'm playing with is Allah's assignments because I'm representing Allah. While we were there, doing that, on getting back to the school, we were told that the school already got another issue they are battling with. What happened? A guy was killed, and that guy was a musician, an upcoming artist. Command Queen Damochi of then. I don't know. You may not know. I don't know if you know. So the school went, the way Allah wanted it to be. I saw it as an opportunity from Allah to have a second chance, and eventually, wallahi, I did not present and I got my results. It is spirituality. I can only attach it to spirituality and nothing more. Spirituality can make you become what you are not thinking. When I say spirituality, I do not mean you should not prepare. You should not have done the right thing first. Like I said, I already got 20 out of 30. So ordinarily that should be an A. So you should also be spiritual to the extent that no. You should wake up in the middle of the night, pray to Allah. Even if it's just 2 rakah, observe. There is a particular hadith of the Prophet that says you are looking for something. You are striving to achieve that thing, and you are not waking up at the middle of the night. My brother, my sister, you are joking. If you actually want to achieve that thing, even if it is just 2 rakah at the middle of the night, please observe. Now, lastly, I want to give you just maybe 3 scenarios as I will want to wrap up with that. And that scenario is under a subtopic I coined out like this. How do I graduate enviably? How do I graduate enviably? Number one, one of the convocants of that university you meet yourself now, University of Lagos, sometimes around I think 2007, 2008, best graduating student. I could not recall the person's name, so I may not be able to share the person's name. The person was asked, what can you associate your success with? How do you want to say you are able to achieve this? What do you want to say about your success? I want you to note what the person said. The person said, I read as if I do not pray. You may want to note it down. Reading as if I do not pray. That's number one. The number two is I pray as if I've never laid my hand on my books. Tó bá ń kàwé, ó máa kà as if he will not pray about what he has read. If he is reading, if he's praying, he will not pray as if he has read. Ọlọ́run kú ṣe àti kà, Ọlọ́run máa bá wa gbà. No, no, no. He will be praying and praying fervently. And the last one the person said was, I chose the best of friends among the Muslim laws. Best of friends that will assist me in my academics, that will assist me spiritually, and that will ensure that my moral is the way it should. That was what that person said. Let me end this lecture with this. 2007 or 2008, or no, sorry, 2008. I was at Unilag convocation. I came to celebrate with my brother. So I don't know if Unilag Mosque, Unilag MSS still do this convocation ceremony for brothers where they will come and share their stories. If you have not been doing it for years, please, you can still do that. You can still bring it back. It's something to actually I learned from. Okay, so there was this lady or sister, so to say, that was asked to talk after like one or two people that decided to say their success story. She was not celebrating her success alone, you know. She said, Eba mi dúpẹ́ f'Ọlọ́run. We said Alhamdulillah. Meanwhile, while she was to start her speech, she left the midst of two persons that we see as odd in that circle. A bishop with this their collar, when you see them in their collar, their white stuff, and a woman that looked very much like a deaconess rather. She stood from their midst and walked to the pulpit, placed by the side. She said, Eban Dupe follow. Said Alhamdulillah. And she said, I'm celebrating two things today. Number one, I graduated with so. I could not recall me more Kilobejade. But what touches everybody was what she said, and what I would want my brothers listening here and my sisters listening here, sisters in particular, should take note. She said, when I came to Unilag, I came on miniskirt. I wear shorts. I was picked. Look, she used the word picked. I was picked on the street of Unilag by sisters. As at that time, she's already wearing full hijab. Full hijab. She said, look at that man seated here. She pointed at her father. That's my father. I came from a Christian family. That woman beside him is my mother. Alhamdulillah for the light of Islam. What happened? Those then that with the leaders of MSS, then they chose the assignment of not just succeeding academically, they want to win souls for Allah from their level. They did not say, apart from our software. No. You as a person at your level, you have a role to play. Influence somebody. Talk to somebody. She said they made me see the beauty of Islam. They did not preach to me. They did not say, I like auntie. No. They were just too good to me. To the extent that whatever they are reading, I want to read. Wherever they are going, I want to go. When they are doing tutorials in mosque, I'm always there. And they will give me one handkerchief to put on my head. Look at me today. I'm not just graduating, and I'm also leaving University of Lagos as a Muslim. My brothers and sisters, the freshers in quotes, because I don't want to call it freshers again, because you're already in the school, because some people are already preparing for another jump. However, you are the latest one. You have a role to play. Choose the best of friends, like that person said. Read as if you have not prayed to your God. Pray as if you have not read. And you cannot achieve this without mingling with the right circle we mentioned earlier. What are the right circle? Your brothers. Don't be far from the mosque. And when you get to mosque, don't join the gang that will just be talking and talking. No. Whatever you are doing, I've said it earlier, ensure learning and development is attached to it. If not, you're not doing it right. Once again, I want to appreciate the organizers of this program. It is very important at this present moment because today things are turning other way. We have heard stories here and there about those that will get to our institution and become something else. Don't be one. Don't forget you are representing your father, your mother. And when you were leaving home, they told you something. They said, don't forget the son of whom you are. I want to say it again. Don't forget the son and daughters of whom you are. And I also want to say that you should not forget that you are representing Allah in your department, you are representing Allah in your faculty, you are representing Allah wherever you meet yourself, you are representing Allah and you must represent Him well. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I would have loved to throw one waka, but let me just keep my waka within me now. Because I don't know if I've exceeded the time given to me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah for the wonderful lecture, stars. Maybe I will meet you in private for the waka and I can send it to our freshers and the membership of MSSN lag at large. Now, but on this, we ask Allah to continue to increase in beneficial knowledge and to raise your status among the Salihin. Allahumma ameen. Yeah, you have said like a lot, and we have listened to everything you have said. So inshallah, we are pumped, and yeah, I'm speaking for everyone, right? To kickstart this journey, and yeah, if you do not like maybe even take anything, the last part is extremely critical, right? So when you are preparing for exams, like one that are approaching, you read, see if you have not read, and you press if you have not read. So no, um yeah, Jazakumullah khan. So briefly and very quickly, we'll just take like two questions. So if you have a question, just raise your hand. In 5 seconds. Five, four, three, two. Okay. I guess the lecture was very, very straightforward. Now continue to increase stars and knowledge. That's in the can. So if there will be no questions, right? Just let us put in mind that this is the day two of MSN Lag Freshers Week. Alhamdulillah, we've had the opportunity to listen to a mutual academic perspective, but on this time we are also opportune, like we have the opportunity to also hear how to be like a 360 student or a 360 fresher, right? So inshallah, our freshers week will continue, right? Yeah, we have it planned in two phases. Right? This is just like phase one. So we are doing this online because this is what Mulag has allowed for us, right? Inshallah, when school resumes, the physical aspect of it is going to hold. And I, you have like a lot to still look forward to. And my last our lives, really, we can't wait to meet all of you physically. So MSN Lab itself also has various programs that we have done throughout the semester that would greatly like benefit you. So you can check out our pages on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, right? So we have um, our newsletter, Al Mustaqim. We have our podcast, Nasiha Diaries. We have a lot of Tuesday programs like this. We have on national, we have FAQ session, and yeah, public lectures too. All of them you can even have like a gender-based session that I recently like held about 2 weeks ago. So there is really like a lot of Islamic content for you to like explore and to develop your spirituality, right? It's going to be a very long journey. Now, like Ustaz said, there is really no school like University of Lagos. And I mean this like in every way, right? So in like is a very, very different school. So it's different from like the good side. And yeah, from the not so good side too, right? You also need to be extremely like prepared and careful. And the only people, only those who are the only ones that would see this journey through are those who have a very solid background, a very solid foundation on which their convictions like is based, right? And there is this prayer, right, that we always say, really, you started your journey now, right? You started your, like Prophet always says to you, Ya Maqallib al-Qulub, Sabbit qalbi ala dinik. So ask Allah to um make your feet firm on Islam and to never let you lose it at all. So Islam orders perfection on us, and I hope to see it in all of us by the time we are graduating from the University of Lagos. So on that note, I'm going to draw the curtain on tonight's program. Every other communication from here on, inshallah, you'll be getting on the freshers group. Jazakumullah khairan for joining, and we sincerely apologize for what happened today. And yeah, so it's not our fault, right? So let's call out to forgive everyone and to add this to our skill of good and Allahumma ameen. Jazakumullah khairan for joining. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.